You live.
Yep, ready.
Let's see if that audio good. Right, check 1, 2, 3. Shalom. Yeah, we good. Khan. Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. We back at it again, like I'm gonna say with another Sabbath day lesson. Or not only that, podcast, man. Right? We kind of just chop it up about things that's been going on in the world, right? In the Hebrew Israelite community, as they would say, or even in the worldwide zone of Babylon, right? So let's kick it off real quick with Acts chapter 15, verse number 20. A quick precept concerning the Sabbath day. Before that sun goes down, Bring that up.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 15, and verse 20. But that we write unto them that they abstain from pollutions of idols, and from fornication, and from things strangled, and from blood. But Moses of old time have in his every city them that preach him, being read in the synagogues every Sabbath day.
So every Sabbath day, this is why you got brothers, right, going out every Sabbath day preaching the words of the Lord to cause our people to abstain from all fornications, adultery, idolatry, right, all manners of wickedness, so that we can, soon come back to Yahweh Shem Shai, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, right, and having faith in Him, right. As we can see in the world today, it's obviously being seen that ain't nobody thinking about the Lord no more, man. Right. Ain't nobody thinking about serving Him anymore. Now you got all eyes with Donald Trump kind of going at it with Zelensky, man. All right, you hearing about Elon Musk now, right? Going crazy. And where's Bill Gates at? He kind of behind the scenes.
He too busy buying up all the damn farmland so he can starve everybody out.
Right.
Yeah.
He come in the plan later on down the line.
Gates of hell.
Gonna be a strong arm move. Y'all want to comply with this? See what y'all do when y'all can't eat nothing.
Okay. And the price of eggs gonna go up.
Going up now.
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is the big deal with eggs.
Right.
All the stuff that's going up, how everybody started hollering about damn eggs, like you eat eggs every day. I eat an egg probably once a month. Y'all care about an egg price going up? How about you bring the price of some damn meat down?
The thing about that is, people want that lifestyle. Lifestyle.
Right. What the egg got to do with that?
It's like
Majority of they diet.
Like keto?
Okay, well, go get a bag of powdered eggs, add some milk, and beat the hell out of it.
You see that?
They gonna do it.
Hey, not only that, but Negroes like chicken. Right? Brothers be whipping up the eggs and double dipping the chicken.
Hey, you got to think about it.
Better than egg is water.
You put the egg in protein shake.
Look here, go buy you a container. Man, they sell liquid egg. What you think you get when you go to Burger King and McDonald's now? That's liquid egg. They not back there cracking no real damn egg, man.
Yeah.
It's a bottle, a container of egg yolk.
Container of egg. And that sounds wicked in itself. Right. Because what I want, like when I think of a carton of eggs, man, I don't think of a carton of eggs.
Right.
like a milk carton. Right? All right, I want the individual eggs. But true, regarding Trump and Zelensky, man, all right, he said, Donald Trump said that this is going to be real good TV.
Right.
That's what he said. This is going to be very good television. I tell you that.
I tell you.
He hate fake news.
Fist across his body. I tell you that.
He hate fake news, so he gonna give you some real news.
So, yeah, real news. He just sat there, and now I'm looking on YouTube, and all I see is I wouldn't treat a guest in my house like that.
You know, but these is two leaders of countries that's trying to get things in order for their own benefit for the most part. So it ain't gonna be pretty conversations like people want them to be.
Right.
And
it never is.
Right.
It's just now we live in an age where it's televised because everybody got phones and cameras everywhere. Whereas before, these conversations has been taking place since the beginning of political parties.
Right.
You just wasn't privy to it.
It's not that much of a language barrier no more.
It's like Jake going to the bathroom. I gotta take a dig. I'm walking towards the bathroom. I grab the bathroom doorknob. I'm in the bathroom. I close the bathroom door. I sat down on the toilet.
Let's see that.
I'm grabbing some tissue.
Right.
Like with these cameras now, you get play-by-play of stuff that been going on forever. You just ain't been privileged to it, man.
Right.
That's why, like, damn, destroy all these cameras, man. Some stuff just ain't meant to be seen, bro.
Lucky, I've seen this one video. It was a comedy skit with Jake, and they was talking about when young YN or young niggas getting to court, and they about to go to prison, and they coming in. Everybody's in the courthouse, still like, yeah, hey man, this and that. They happy, throwing up gang signs and everything. The judge come at them, and then the judge bring out the evidence, and he'll use the dude's Instagram. Play by play on everything that he did. He said, I swear to God, I ain't do it, man. I ain't do it, man. That wasn't me, man. And he over there, yeah, we about to get this dude, we about to kill him, we about to go gang and all that. Snitching, somebody snitching. And the judge is like, hey,
Play the tape.
Play the tape. And everything he said, he went the opposite. I didn't do that, man. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Like, kill this nigga, this now, all that. I want to shut the nigga down. There you go. 100 years of life. He said, oh no, he started faking.
That's the part that get me. Like, fast forward to that part.
Right.
Mr. Tough Guy, gang, this, that, and the third. Merca, op this, op that. We drilling. We ain't looking for no peace. We sliding. Then when the judge slides your ass 200 years, now you want to fall out and faint and cry in the courtroom. No, keep the same. Right. Look, he done sentenced you. He's officially the op. You got 200 years. Ride it out. Throw a chair at him. Right. You can throw up your gang signs now and tell him, you know what I'm saying, don't let you catch him, and you gonna slide on him. Right. You might well just woof and talk all the track. Why not?
That's what that's recently just happened. 16-year-old Jake, man, he was, I guess he slid and killed the odds, man. He was a football player. This and that, man. He's inside the courtroom. And then the judge was like, man, we're gonna take away your bond.
He let out a whale. Like, he didn't cry.
He turned siren, huh? Blowing everybody eardrums out.
So then the dude from No Jumper, his name 4 Extra. Yeah, 4 Extra.
Yeah, the super crick.
Yeah, super crick.
That's the dude that was having all the tattoos in his face and stuff.
No, not
with some dreads or braids or something.
Oh yeah, braids.
It's a Orlando Brown.
Right.
Orlando said he dissed him.
So he was on that. He was like, man, you gotta understand, man. That dude a kid, man. He killed another kid. It was a kid when he made the crime.
But he playing by, like, say, man, this is a grown man's world. Play by the rules. If you're gonna play in a grown man game, then you subjected to the rules of grown man's, you know what I'm saying, laws. So if you go and make a move, that's a grown man move. You choosing to take somebody's life, then nigga deal with the repercussions that come behind it. Ain't no need to sit in that crying now. Right. Even the old man. What's the song? Hell no. To the no. He said he did the crime. He said ain't no need of crying. Stop your baby tears. Then you do time. What's your boy? Rest in peace, man. Even he told you.
Even the rapper G Herbo said, he said, if you out there with the squad, to be smart with them. Don't play no part in it if you ain't got your heart in it.
Oh.
So even
we know we going down.
That comes with it.
At some point, either the ops gonna slide and catch you, or the other ops gonna slide and catch you. The popo's gonna get you because they the ops, and you going down forever, and you gonna reunite with gang them behind the walls forever. Or the other ops gonna catch you, they gonna slide, and you going with gang them in the dirt bag forever. So
It's a lose-lose situation.
exactly, your outcome is not a win.
You know,
It's a temporary lose-lose. You just waiting to see which losing line you going in. Grave or the jail.
all right. Let me drop a precept real quick, right?
I got one now.
All right. This is the book of Sabbath, right? Chapter 27. Oh, wait, something.
Gang gonna get you, huh? What's your name, big boy?
This is the book of Sabbath, right? Chapter 27 and verse number 12.
Yeah.
If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding. All these things happen when you hanging around overly bold people, right? Overly, they're indiscreet. Right? They want to be known as this type of tough guy and that type of tough guy. And they don't have no understanding. You hanging around those people and now look at you in a predicament. Now you up in county or you up in prison and you over there crying day by day. You cry before you even got put up in it. You know, you crying and holding because you're around people and you are being indiscreet. You want to be like that, at least be discreet, right? The etymology of the word discreet, real quick. Right? The etymology of the word discreet is morally discerning, prudent, circumspect, wise or judicious in avoiding mistakes. You can at least be that. You know, that I think that should be, if you're gonna lean towards that type of lifestyle, which really you shouldn't, at least just be discreet in doing so. You know,
That's choosing a side. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do the right thing or you're gonna do the wrong thing. Like when you moving in righteousness, that's a bold thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't really know too many. I can't even say I know nobody that moves in righteousness and try to hide it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want to be seen for that. You right? Like that. I chose a side. Like the old proverbs say. You know, you find something to live for. Either you gonna find something to die for.
right.
Right. And if you choose, and if you feel like, oh well, I'm not gonna make a choice, then you actually made a choice. Especially when the primary subject is choose to do good. But you choose to take the stance of, well, I'm not going to make a choice. Then you're really saying that you're not choosing to do good. You're going to choose to do wickedly, you know what I'm saying, without the omission of it. All right, so this is Joshua 24, right? It says, now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord. So you being given an ultimatum from the Most High at the end of the day. And we can go into various other precepts where he pretty much is saying the same exact thing. All right? Choose a side. And the goal is that once you choose that side, you got to stand on that. Stand, you know what I'm saying? Stand by that choice you made and everything that come with it. Because that's you choosing what you're going to die for. Right? I choose my family. And who is my family? Those that keep the laws of the Most High, meaning that I'm not going to stand by and watch damn heathens choke one of my brothers out to death.
Right.
And even if that be the will of the Lord, my reacting means the will of the Lord was for both of us to die that day. Or either my intervention will give time to bring a change in perspective to them, and both of us will be liberated that day. Right? Verse 15 says, and if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahweh, choose you this day whom ye will serve. It's safe to say that damn near everybody, with the exception of an Israelite, has made their choice. You got the Christians claiming to serve the Lord, and I'm talking every denomination of them. They're claiming to serve the Most High, even though they don't call him Yahweh Shai or Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They claim to serve the tag team duo of righteousness, okay? But yet y'all don't serve him the way he say serve him. Right. You got even the Muslims always talking about the Lord, right? Or what they call him, Allah, which is just another title for Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, powers, right? So technically y'all claiming that y'all serve him too. but yet y'all don't do nothing that he say do, and you don't stand 10 toes down and live by his rules that come with serving him. And that applies to every other damn person on the face of this earth, with the exception of the Israelites. And then you look at us and everybody want to cast this light on the Israelites like we're the bad guys, we're the weirdos in the flick. We're claiming the same thing y'all claim, but we chose our side and we live by the rules that govern that side, right? It says,
But with ignorance, choosing ignorance is choosing a side.
yes,
Right?
100%.
Willing to be ignorant is choosing a side. Even the ignorant, they have to suffer the repercussions of their actions.
So it's the governing parties. I mean,
sacrifice.
Salakia. Now it's the governing rules over that side you choose, right? Nobody chooses a side and then say, well, I ain't got to adhere to none of the rules that governs that side.
Right.
That's what it is. Everybody choose the Most High and they hide behind my God, right?
Right.
Or the God I serve. Because the God that you serve, or your God, as you put it under the possessive pronoun act, comes with a set of rules and regulations that nigga you make up as you go along.
Right.
It fits your narrative.
So now you create your own God. Because you claim to believe in the God of the Bible, but you won't follow the directions that's in the very book that you claim to believe in.
Exactly.
So you still suffer from idolatry. Christianity suffers from idolatry because they don't follow what the book say. They throw out the whole Old Testament when the Old Testament is majority of the book. And then you wonder why you
give me Matthew 1 and 21. You can't.
Why you fall?
They ain't got the rest of the book.
Right. You tell a Christian pull you Genesis chapter 1, they can't because they got a little New Testament up in their pocket. Man. They don't got Genesis.
You ain't got the book of Genesis.
Right, man. They NT onlys.
Right.
You got OT onlys and you got NT onlys.
Yeah, brother, listening to you like, man, you know, I don't really deal with the Old Testament. Man. This and that. Then the man Teddy gonna tell us, man, he got a Bible Old Testament every day.
Oh yeah, you talking about the brother we dropped off, man. Went over there, we sliced his deacon in the quarters, man. Right?
Oh, he
Yeah, that one day that we found out, he forgot his Bible up in his car. And it's supposed to be opened up to Proverbs 15 to bless the building. in the building.
He right scoffed after that, man.
He say that he followed he follows the apostles' doctrine. Well, don't you know the apostles' doctrine is also Christ's doctrine? Don't you know Christ's doctrine is his father's doctrine? Don't you know that his father's doctrine is the law that comes from Moses?
And you chose your side.
You chose willful ignorance.
Because and part of choosing that will for ignorance is the fact that you don't read the scriptures to know that he's moving off his hell against the Lord. You just blindly following behind him because he done threw a title in front of his name, and you think that title in front of his name makes him know it all. And it doesn't, right? This is Psalms 101. Start at verse 2. It says, I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way. And there's only one way to do that.
According to the scriptures, huh?
Right? And that's the keeping of the law.
Huh?
Right? Following the laws that govern the side you choose. Right? Oh, when wilt thou come unto me? That's the key thing right there. Because everybody want to know when Christ coming back. Is he coming back on the 5th? What's the day? The 1st? Yeah, I got 4 days to do whatever I'm gonna do before I get right.
Look, Jake will literally. If what time is it? Right? It's 5:47.
Last second.
I'm telling you, Jake would light his blunt at 5:47 and put it out by 5:59. The
minute before he walked.
The 55th
second in the minute.
And then kind of fan the room with the last 5 seconds.
Still smell like blunt.
Right. Like just imagine the delusion that we had up in the world. Right? Just imagine this, man. You just got out of a hot box. A hot box. And you think your goof ass gonna put on that axe spray like that's gonna cover something up? That's the delusion.
You gonna get
That's crazy.
man.
You smelled that car last night roll past.
Yeah.
How your car muffler smell like Project Gangway hallway piss?
Right.
It did. You didn't smell it?
Yeah.
That truck went past and the exhaust fumes came out. If you ever lived in a project stairwell, been in a project stairwell, it smelled like the piss in a project stairwell coming out of your muffler system. But your car running off.
Yeah.
You might get in that car.
You finna get right, man. If you found out how to run a car from this, man.
You might get in that car.
It say, I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. That's another excuse that everybody like to use to justify not keeping the law. You can't keep all the law. Nobody's perfect. Hey man, you calling the Lord a damn liar when you make that statement because he said, be ye perfect.
Yeah, as your father in heaven is perfect.
Not only that, he mentioned at least 3 people in the scriptures that was perfect.
Yeah.
Why would he tell you to be perfect in the keeping of his law if it was impossible to do?
Right.
Right? It says in verse 3, I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. But we know Israel finished on that one. The whole world that they obtained, they strive to be a part of is wicked. I'm a healthy heterosexual man, right?
Right.
And I find out that the world of entertainment that I want to be part of is saturated in homosexuality. Why am I still trying to be a part of that industry?
Because they got this pride to where they think that they could be the change.
Am I healthy? Am I the healthy
Like,
heterosexual that I say I am? Or do I got some secret undercover
It's like they got a secret.
homo status about me that I don't want to be shown?
Man, I know y'all seen a video, man. All right. He said $13 million. He said, I'm sucking it.
Wow.
Just like that. He didn't even get to finish.
See?
He said, wait, what you mean?
He could have said 13 million if you deny the industry. You didn't even give him a chance to lay it out on for you to judge. He could have said 13 million if you turned down the industry. If you that fast to respond, that means you
He desperate.
it's there. You can't bring nothing out of a person that ain't in them already, bro.
He showed his true colors already. You spoke too quick.
But out here in the matter.
That reminds me when the whole Dan Snyder situation was coming out. Everybody, Nickelodeon had that little documentary and everything. It was coming out.
With the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the show, it was like the actor that was Just Jordan. That was on the show, Just Jordan. He tweeted on Facebook, he was like, yo, that was wondering why Just Jordan got canceled. He was like, because I wasn't giving him no. Like,
And that's usually what happened.
Listen to this. This is right here. All right.
Let me get my shit on first.
I'm playing
You
again,
didn't even
man.
let the man ask the question.
I'm playing again, man. But
So just imagine if he was sitting in a boardroom full of them Edomites, and they was getting ready to ask him that question.
100 million.
It was going to turn into a he orgy.
Yeah, it's a casting couch.
It was a he orgy at that moment. He done committed already without even hearing what they was going to ask him, man.
But don't think that Jake not out here with that mentality.
Right.
So
You know, he outside, man.
Yeah.
He doing, look, all right. What that scripture say, man? He sold his bowels.
Yes, all right. 10 and 8.
Yeah.
and that plays right into the second half of verse 3. It says, I hate the work of them that turn aside, and it shall not cleave to me. You supposed to see these unrighteous acts as a active duty Israelite as abominable things, man. Heinous acts against the Lord. You are not supposed to co-sign it in no shape, form, or fashion. You have to speak out against it, or you're perpetuating the narrative. So back to that point of choosing a side, right? Or not choosing a side. To not choose a side and stand up for righteousness is the equivalent of you choosing the unrighteousness. You're not speaking out about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have knowledge of it and you don't speak against it and you know it's wrong, then you're condoning it.
Right.
There's no way of getting around that, right? Verse 4 says, A froward heart shall depart from me. I would not know a wicked person. Forward means a perverse heart. If you don't see nothing wrong, we was talking about this before. How the hell you think I'm gonna stand around? I'm gonna stand around a room. I'm not a homosexual, but I'm gonna stand in a room full of homosexuals and listen to their conversation and laugh and hee hee ha ha with them about they. No,
Eventually, you're gonna have a little twang in your speech.
Right.
You know,
that's a known fact, bro.
A little switch in your walk.
You start to adapt the language of the people you're around without even realizing it.
Customs,
like
body language, gestures, all of that.
Yeah. It is gonna happen.
Well, because right chapter 13 and verse 1 says, he that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith.
See?
You know? In the same like manner is a man that hangs around a prideful man, roughly paraphrasing. You know? You are who you hang around.
So that takes me to 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion has light with darkness? We tend to read scriptures like this and we always look at it from an outside perspective, right? Thinking about the car or the heathen, right? Or the possible 2/3.
Right.
But sometimes we gotta even look inside of Israel too. Right, that plays right into Galatians 2, you know what I'm saying, and Jude 1 and 4. Galatians 2 and 4 and Jude 1 and 4. There are many amongst us that are not believers. They are part of us for hidden agendas
Or motives.
and they understand the community that we're building, and it's not there yet. But we play our actions towards the building of it, right? In regards to the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Being there for each other, uplifting each other, rebuking each other, reproving each other. And that's just all on a verbal, spiritual aspect. But even in a physical act, brothers can call each other up and get revenues to help brothers pay bills and things of that nature.
Right.
Oh, damn, they're over there really, really doing that. I need to figure out how to become a part of that so I could take advantage and use them.
Right.
Right? This is why we have to try every spirit. But it's, you know what I'm saying? Verse 15 says, and what concord has Christ with Belial? And what part have he that believeth with an infidel? So once again, back to choosing a side. You can't be a believer of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai, but I could kind of see what you're saying. I can see his point of view. Nigga, I don't. He's justifying not keeping the law.
Right.
I don't see his side at all. There is nothing that can justify me not keeping the law.
Right.
You know, unless you want him to die.
Go kill yourself then. Why you gotta tempt the Lord with killing you? You want to die, go kill yourself. See if the Lord make death flee from you. Or do the Lord say, you know what? You're an unrighteous, wicked ass Negro anyway. You're going to go ahead and save my angels from getting blood on their head, kill yourself. I'll let you die.
Hey, Salaki, in Romans 7 and 1, and Baruch 4 and 1, Romans 7 and 1, Paul said, I speak to them that know the law, that the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth. And in Baruch 4 and 1, it says, those that keep the law shall live, those that break the law and leave it shall die. So now the person is saying, yeah, that's why I don't want to keep the law. And this, you know what I'm gonna say? Okay, I understand what you're saying. I see your side. You a dead man.
Exactly.
You a dead man.
I know what you see.
You in the congregation of the dead. You a dead man.
That's why you gotta watch your mouth. Like our Glesson was that time, man. Watch your mouth. You speaking and you don't know what you talking about. You speaking death and damnation up on yourself, brother. And you don't realize it in an attempt or in an effort to get damn podcast views,
Right.
to get likes.
Oh, man.
You up here scoffing against the word of the Lord or the Most High, all for your damn podcast views, not knowing that every idle word that comes out of your mouth is going to be your death and your destruction. What are you going to say? Oh, Lord, I was just playing. I was just playing devil's advocate.
No.
No, you wasn't.
Because at that point, you made yourself a servant unto it, right? You say there's no going back, right? Then that brings me to this.
What the old nigga just say?
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
believe
the one
it. And
today,
with
right?
all proud and I mean,
You chose your God.
I don't believe in God.
Listen,
Salakia. I don't even like saying that.
Yeah.
But just for the listeners and the viewers, that's what he said. And kind of turned his face all up
Like
like
he didn't just see someone almost get smacked by a car.
Not only that, before he walked over to us, I seen him take a final call.
and
He
put it in
it
his coat pocket,
Exactly.
inside his breath.
Bach, you know what's crazy? When he took the final call newspaper, whatever, right? And he walked past us, y'all was like, man, you don't want to come hear the word? Now you got to hear the word of the Lord. I seen his face, face scrunched up, and then that's literally how his face was looking.
Yeah.
Before he doubled back and came back and then said, I don't believe in God, I seen the dude's face. I'm like, this nigga, you getting mad because we talking about the Lord, but you just took a damn final call paper? I was like, this nigga, this is crazy.
He said, I don't believe in the Lord. Look how you living. You better believe in the Lord. And then he run into the bus. They should have just sped off. Because didn't they do that to the brother
Yesterday who was actually receiving the word.
Yeah.
But, damn.
But
That's illmatic, boy.
Yeah, but that
Brother was in righteousness and a wicked ass Eve bus driver closed the door and drove off on him. But this nigga denounced the Most High and the bus driver waited on him.
I mean, if the Lord is saying, go ahead. I don't want
I ain't
you
dealing
anyway.
with you anyway.
I don't want you to hear. The Lord wanted that brother to hear yesterday.
The water, because that's part of the argument too, brother. You gotta stop in Israel turning on our damn blinders when the Lord is clearly showing you who he's not dealing with. When he's showing you who he's dealing with by their actions, we praise them. We hold them in an elevated esteem. But the moment he show you somebody that fit all the damn signs and symbols of a 2/3,
Full profile.
we start making justifications and shifting scriptures around.
Don't be
No, brother. The Lord clearly outlines what a 2/3 look like. Oh, we can't be condemning brothers. I'm not condemning him. He fits the damn description. Get your ass up against this car, you 2/3. Okay, spread them. You fit the damn description, man.
For real.
I don't want to hear that. Coming up scoffing. I don't believe in it. You fit the description of a 2/3. So am I wrong if I start bashing and beating him with the scriptures? No, I'm not. Put him to death with the scriptures.
Kendrick said, eat your behind with the Bible as God watch.
Eat rejection. I like that.
Straight up. Because that's what David be talking about, man. I shouldn't have to for the sake of people around me. You misusing the word of God. No, brother, those words are in the Bible. I shouldn't have to be politically correct with somebody who blatantly acts like he hate the Most High. Mm-hmm. David said, I hate thee with a perfect hatred.
Right.
More so than I want to kill you for your disdain and disrespect that you have towards the Most High. You know, sit up here and say, these my brothers, I die for my brothers, I give my life for my brothers. Why? Because we labor together.
Right.
I know these brothers. So how much to the most soul should I have that same zeal and that same respect for the Most High when somebody out of pocket speaking against him?
Read my new favorite precept. This the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, and verse 35.
Oh, yeah.
And the work shall.
Yeah. We putting that scripture on speed dial.
Right. And I'm gonna start at verse 33, because why not? It says, and the Most High shall appear on the seat of judgment, and misery shall pass away. Long suffering shall have an end. But judgment only shall remain. Truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong. And the work that follow, and the reward shall be showed, and the good deeds shall be of force, and wicked deeds shall bear no rule. So it's going to be good deeds that's going to be forced on them. My favorite thing to say is that when Yahweh shall come back, man, on these heathens, right, it's going to be, look, for one thing, 2/3 you getting killed off the rip. We're going to just catch you in the regeneration somewhere, right? But for these heathen, it's Old Testament only for y'all.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, we bringing back stones, man. We bringing back stones to beat you into submission.
Say that part. People tend to think when they talk about stoning, hey, it didn't stipulate stone you to death.
Right.
Lord kind of just said hit him in the head with a rock.
Right. The 2/3 don't look the stone. The 2/3 they gonna have to be regenerated and raised up in the truth.
Exactly.
That's what that's going into. They gonna get regenerated and get raised up into the truth. That's great. That's cool. But these heathens, oh yeah. You know, it's gonna be a marvelous day in the earth for all the teachers. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, we gonna be happy to go to work that day.
Hey, Lord, can I borrow your book of remembrance? I wasn't at the heathen on 53rd that day. Look at him. Yeah, that's him. Hey, can we get him, Lord, real quick? We just need him for like 5 minutes.
Y'all remember
We gotta talk to him.
We gotta talk to him.
Y'all remember we was on Michigan Ave with Watchmen of Israel. Shout out to the brothers, right? Watchmen for Israel, right? The brother Savyala asked Esau, right? Hit ankle as Edomite, man, walking past, right? He said, "Man, do you love black people?" And he turned around and looked at us and said, "No, no, I do not love black people." We like, see that, you know? Look, I'm convinced, man. Everybody in their spirit was like these with the stones, man.
Yeah. And we ain't mad that you said that. We actually elated that you were being truthful, unlike some of your counterparts would have lied.
Right.
I love everybody.
We don't,
Stone his ass for lying.
Nobody loves everybody. Nobody loves
And Salaki, I got 2 precepts to back it up. The thing with Esau, listen, the Lord made you as a vessel of destruction and hatred.
Right.
Stop going against your nature and flow in the spirit of hate.
See that?
That's your spirit.
Go ahead.
We know the spirit of love. We love our people. We love our nation.
That's how you make America great.
Yeah.
We not them, but see, we not them docile Negroes that y'all used to dealing with. So you don't have to be scared to speak your truth. We already know your truth.
We know it.
We actually pressing you because we want you, to our point, to admit the truth.
Show you the devil.
Show it. We already know, yeah.
We got 1,000 scriptures that show you the devil. We know you the devil.
See?
We know you hate us.
That's why come you down here at the bottom with your people, man, struggling. You a 2-time loser because you won't be truthful, man.
I'm trying to be nice.
This is your kingdom, and you're not getting your proper fair share of you living around Negroes when you supposed to be living up in one of them big mansions, but you can't get your cut because you won't come out of your shell hiding talking about you love everybody. You know you be at home practicing saying nigga in different ways.
Right.
Esau can't wait to get home. As soon as he opened up the door and closed it, nigga.
Hey, how I said in the Hebrew, nigga.
Right.
Greek.
In the Greek.
It's like this. Japanese, I don't know, he's Japanese and Chinese, he's one too. He was like, he's private.
Oh yeah. I seen
Oh,
that. I seen that one. Jake, right behind us.
He said, "I'm the only one that's fake." Jake come behind him, cover his mouth. He said, "Nigga."
Jake said it for him, right? Yeah.
Oh, man. You know, he said that boy recording studio, and it was like, yeah. He said
Right. He stayed around us.
First of all, to even implement it into your music, you said it already.
Yeah.
Because how else would you know that that's the word that go after what you just said? You already just said it. So just say it out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be ashamed now.
But I ain't gonna lie, the Jake standing behind him, stupid as hell.
Yeah, he should have.
He owned that with your people.
Go hand, go and join in hand.
The wicked shit.
So this is the quick 2 precepts just to back up the Old Testament, right? And also with the heathens, they're gonna be broken like a pot of vessel. Luke chapter 4 and verse number 15. And he taught, Salaki, verse 14, and Yahweh shall return in the power of the Spirit into Galilee, and there went out a fame of him throughout all the region round about. And he taught in their synagogues, being glorified of all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day, and he stood up for to read. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. That's Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found a place where it was written, and the Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. So Yahushua went the Old Testament, which was, it wasn't called the Old Testament at that time, it was part of the Bible, the Torah.
It's called the Torah.
Yeah,
the law.
and he went to the book of Isaiah and literally went to Isaiah 60 to what he was prophesied in the Bible, right? To what he was prophesied in the Bible. So the Messiah is carrying the books of Isaiah, which is found in the Old Testament 2025 today. So now you got to ask yourself, you want to get rid of the Bible, and the Messiah is the one that's carrying the book where the Old Testament is.
And teaching out of it.
And teaching out of it.
So now you do away with his teachings according to it.
But now, wait, the point y'all was bringing out about the heathens, like in Psalm chapter 2 and verse 8, the Lord said, ask for me and I shall give you the heathen for your inheritance.
You see how the Lord worked though? To bring Yahushua on the scene at that time and have him carrying the scriptures around to even be able to quote,
Right.
he's overlooking their work in real time. He's kind of going through the scriptures, making sure that it's being carried out exactly the way he designed it.
That's what it means to fulfill the law, to teach fully.
And if he
That's
think,
what that means.
you see that, and we can assume that if he think that there's a misspeech, not saying that it's been documented wrong, but somebody may not get it, he reiterates it in a more simplified form down the line.
More eloquent.
That's why, and then when he realized he was talking to some people who still didn't get it, then he'd be like, well, damn, didn't it tell you that in Isaiah?
Right.
Didn't it tell you that in Jeremiah?
Right. Backing it up. Precept.
You don't get it then, and I'm sitting here making it simpler even when you still don't get it. This is why he asked him, he said, man, how long I gotta suffer you niggas, man?
Yeah.
Hurry up, Lord, and crucify me, man. Get me away from these dudes.
Now this is the key right there. Yahushua went to the book of Isaiah, because throughout the Bible, Isaiah spoke the most about Yahushua and the prophecies. So he went to the book of Isaiah, but guess what else is also in the book of Isaiah? Isaiah chapter 60 and verse number 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring into thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. That's speaking about the heathens. Verse 12.
That's the Lord's work.
Yeah, this is God's good work.
Nehemiah like closed the gate.
Right.
Like,
Open it up.
this is the Lord's work.
Right.
Bring them in.
Bring him. So now,
Right.
verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. What you gonna say against it? Break them like a pot, break them like dust to the ground. Beat the crap out of them. Stomp their damn chest in. You can't stop what the Lord already got set up. And this is in Isaiah, Old Testament.
The Lord telling you to destroy them. Who
We can
don't
break
serve
them.
you.
See that, brother? My good brother in Jesus Christ. That's why you have to throw away the book of Isaiah, brother.
Right.
Because the nations shall perish. There's no hierarchy when it comes to the Lord. That's what they gonna tell you, man.
Hey, check out a quick one
They
from
don't believe in
David.
the hierarchy.
Look what David said. Psalms 18 and verse 40. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They cried, but there was none to save them. Even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind, and did cast them out as the dirt in the streets. What you gonna say against that?
David really flexing on them.
Yeah.
Real talk.
And he's a man after the Lord's heart.
Speak it.
So it's safe to say the way he beat them down is the same way the Most High would have beat you down.
Yeah.
Go ask Helio
Your door.
Right.
Yeah.
Beat the death out of
if David tell him to lie.
For real,
You
man.
got jumped.
And I don't even think they give his name, but go ask the Ammonite and Maccabees when he was telling them to stand down, man.
Talking about
AQ. His body was aching.
And his boss them about to send him to war, and he like, wait a minute,
Hell no.
hold on, is they in order? Is they keeping their God's law? I don't think we want to go messing with them. We're gonna be a reproach.
They growing up in that Judy chapter 5.
Oh yeah.
They hog tied that man and threw him to the Jews. You're like, you're gonna get put to death, man. All right. But
They
ain't
was
gonna be
scared of
mine.
Israel,
Ain't gonna be
man.
mine.
Like them heathen was scared of Israel.
And
But-
they say, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they couldn't hide the history of our warlike tactics back then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they do today. If the relevance of our war efforts, if the war efforts that we possess were relevant today, it probably wouldn't be so many docile ass men running around this boy scared to stand up and fight for their nation and represent their nation. All they broken. All they see is the death and destruction. They don't see the fight. Even after they watched, you went and watched Nat Turner. Esau couldn't let it go off with the damn Israelites getting a W. We got to show them Mars
Right.
getting slaughtered.
Right.
And how did he slaughter them? With their cannons, right?
Mhm.
Same exact way they ambushed the damn Sioux. Tricked them into the peace treaty, acting like everything was all good, and then they unload a barrage of cannons on them. Took goddamn Sitting Bull, shot him in the back of the head, execution style, while he with his wife and kids, bro. They did him the same way they did Fred Hampton, bro.
While he was sleeping.
Esau used the same tactics over and over again, and our people don't look at the history and the signs to see. If you pay attention to the signs like the Lord told you, you will see him setting up it's like you ever played football or basketball. If you watch how the men line up, you know what play they finna do, especially if this is a team you done played multiple times. Oh, they stacking on the left. They finna try to pull a flim flam. That's when your whole line shift to the right. Now they calling an audible because they know y'all done read the play.
Mm-hmm. But you know what's crazy about that? You got to have the eyes and the knowledge and the understanding to see that specific play. A person that's an expert, you can
That's
see
your
that
coach.
same play, right?
That's who the coach, right? That's who your general's supposed to be. So how you call yourself being an Israelite, but you're an individual like that's a part of a war? So when the war started against the Israelites, who your commanding general? You don't got no elders. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no captains. You ain't got no officers. Who you taking your rank, your position of war from?
You can't be no individual like going to war.
Because that's what we in. We're at war.
Prisoners of war.
You gonna be a prisoner of war.
Now look at this.
And now you're gonna come to us for help.
Right.
No, you want to be an individual.
Oh yeah, don't get in the concentration camps talking about we now.
Right.
You still an individual like
Uh-huh.
until your hour shot come.
Ask them what changed your mind.
But on the real, that's the mentality that our people have now, as far as not having any captains or officers or rulers, leaders, right? That's why the heathen is round about you like they are with their hand around your neck now, right? So this is the book of First Maccabees chapter 12 and verse number 53. Then all the heathen that were round about them sought to destroy them, for it said they have no captain, nor any to help them. Now therefore let us make war upon them and take away their memorial from among them. Literally, because you didn't have any captains or leaders, because you were as a sheep that had no shepherd, the enemies were able to come round about you and try to destroy you. You don't want to cleave to your brothers and sisters. But like Natia said, back up in the day, the heathens were afraid of us, store afraid. Now I want to give y'all this account real quick.
Before you do it, let me back that up with a repeat. This is Zechariah 13:7.
Go ahead.
This is the Lord saying. So when we think about what Gabar just said, it's literally what the Lord told them to do for not being in order to the law. It says, "Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little ones." Why would the Lord give them exact instructions on how to destroy us? Because it's not the destruction. It's a punishment. He told them exactly how to punish them. I'm leaving you in charge of your brothers and sisters. When they get out of hand, here go the belt. Whack them about 5-6 times. She done took the belt and turned it around and beat you with the buckle.
The Lord's belt is a sword.
You see that?
Think about that.
The Lord's belt is a sword,
So
and he said, "I turn after you After you take down the mighty men, right? Put the sword on the mighty men and pump fear in their heart. I'm gonna get the little ones.
Right. And even our women in history go down for a memorial when they are correct, when they're moving in a certain type of light, in the light of the Lord, rather. Right. So this is the book of Judith, chapter 14. And this is after Judith cut off the head of Holofernes. Right? So this is the book of Judith, chapter 14. And since we was talking about Achior, right? Starting at verse number 9. It says, and when she had left off speaking, because she was telling the people about how she got his head, right? And she went crazy, right? She with 2 strokes of the dagger, she cut off his head. Jay got a problem cutting parting a turkey. You know what I'm saying? But with 2 strokes of that dagger, he cut off his head.
She understood the precision of the human anatomy and the precision of the cut, where to cut, how much force to put through that boy.
She literally said,
and his head was off.
Mm.
You see Cass over there just hacking away, trying to steal.
Right, he going like this, trying to. Nah, she said, pull it
precision.
Head off.
Exactly, man.
You understood the assignment.
Can't even cut through a head of lettuce like that. Most Jakes, man.
Jay got a hard time cutting up a tomato,
You know?
which is one of the easiest things to cut up.
Right, man.
You know, most time because Jake used the wrong weapon of war.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be why he lose too, because he took the wrong weapon to war, man.
He was a sword at a gunfight. Come on, now. He think he Neo out here finna slice through bullets.
Because Jake don't use finesse. We know that Eve, when she is invoked, she's very cunning. She's very defined in her actions.
Right.
This is why, like, if you're just thinking about Eve on a cheating level, she will already have a whole nother dude and a whole house and family set up when she finally leave you. Jake, the type that he'll mess up and cheat and then get kicked out with nowhere to go. All right, smack dab in the middle of the winter. Ain't got a dime to his name. Eve gonna leave with somewhere to go when it's over with.
Right.
All right. Jake uses brute force, whereas the woman is gonna use a more finessing hand with it. You know what I'm saying? And that allows her to have a little bit more, precision in how she executes.
Right. Reading on up in here, right? Verse 9, it says, and when she had left off speaking, people shouted with a loud voice and made a joyful noise in their city. And when Achior had seen all that the God of Israel had done, he believed in God greatly and circumcised the flesh of his foreskin and was joined to the house of Israel until this day. And as soon as the morning arose, they hanged the head. Look, for one thing, he went through a whole conversion. All right, you just seen a woman of the Lord with the head of your general, right? He knew that there was a God, right? And it says, as soon as the morning arose, they hanged the head of Holofernes upon the wall, and every man took his weapons, and they went forth. And they went forth by bands into the straits and the straits of the mountains. But when the Assyrians saw them, right? Look what they're proud, right? It says, but when the Assyrians saw them, they sent to their leaders, which came to their captains and tribunes, and to every one of their rulers. So they came to Holofernes' tent and said to him that had charge of all his things, waken now, our Lord, for the slaves have been bold to come down against us to battle, that they may be utterly destroyed. Little did they know that Holofernes dead.
Right.
They knocking on the door of the tent, saying, "Wait, wait, no, he's beyond wait."
Finish. Yeah.
His head is in another county, like
Cook County.
And so they were speaking to us with pride, right? Not knowing that their general was dead. But it says, then went in by Goeth. I'm just gonna call him Bogus. All right.
Bodie.
then went in Bogus and knocked at the door of the tent, for he had thought that he had fell asleep. He had slept with Judith, but because none answered, he opened it and went into the chamber and found him cast upon the floor dead, and his head was taken from him. Therefore he cried with a loud voice, with weeping and sighing, and a mighty cry, and rent his garments. After he went to the tent where Judith lodged, and when he found her not, he leaped out to the people and cried, "These slaves have dealt treacherously." And that you can hear, like the Assyrians talking like that. You can hear that. They talk like that.
But think about it though. Y'all knew that them were Hebrew women, y'all. Y'all was lusting.
Yeah.
Y'all thought y'all was finna get it busting.
The father thought he was gonna have Princess Jasmine. Nope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all were thinking with the little head and got the big head took. See?
Right.
Even then, you seeing how women are easily able to take men down because they not thinking in the right perspective, in the right manner. These are your enemies' women. You don't treat them different than you would treat if it was a group of men came down there.
Yeah.
Ain't no coming in my room solo with me. No, we finna go to the war table. And what y'all here for?
Right.
Matter of fact, security. Make sure ain't none of them Negroes lurking around while they distracting us.
And you know why? You know why Holofernes died? He thought he was finna get some.
Yeah.
He was off the wine.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I go to the other part. Come on, let's go get a 3-5. Let's go get a bottle. You know what I'm saying? We finna turn up.
Right, man.
Lord got you turned all the way down.
You know what I'm saying? How do they speak their language in? And he got his head taken in his sleep.
And imagine how long, like, see, when you read it in the scriptures, it seemed like it was instantaneous. But some time went past. You know how far Judah and them had to travel to get back to the home, to the base? So that means like some time went past before he finally, so this whole time you thinking that she done went in there and put the shebang on him, that he out for 3 days. Like, damn, that Jew woman.
She's screaming out, Judah.
You took them 2-3 days to find out that this man and that boy under the rigor mortis act. By now, she back at the crib with his head. They celebrating.
His blood had turned brown already.
Yeah, like come on, man. You see the plasma and separated from the blood, stained over here.
Right. It's over with already.
Come on, man.
So they up in this bad boy crying, right, and everything, right? It says these slaves have dealt treacherously. One woman of the Hebrews have brought shame upon the house of King Nebuchadnezzar. For behold, Holofernes lieth upon the ground without a head.
He didn't get the puller album belly.
See that?
Thrust out through.
Right.
When can't go out like this by the hand of a woman. He said, thrust me through.
Right.
Nobody can't know I got killed by a woman. I'm a mighty warrior. You mean to tell me I get took out by a woman hitting me in the head with a brick?
Right.
Thrust out through.
Speedily.
Right. It says, when the captains of the Assyrian army heard these words, they rent their coats, and their minds were wonderfully troubled. And there was a cry, a very great noise throughout the camp. So look, Lord, it could be any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. She was right.
But that was wicked as hell.
Yeah, to them that was wicked.
See, that's the lesson we did.
Had the whole camp crying. You know what I'm saying?
Now you think they learn from their acts, right? So even when you go back to like the Heliodorus situation, when they drug him back and they try to get them to mount up and go back to war again, he said, man, if I was you, I'd send somebody I don't got no love for.
Right.
You going over there to mess with them Israelites, you better send somebody you hate. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna come back looking just like me if they come back at all.
Right.
He's really telling them you have no chance of winning. Don't even try. Hey, Slocky, remember when Heliodorus, remember the king thought he got jumped by the whole
nation, yeah. They don't tell me no one man, about 50 people did this to him.
He had to be flat. By the way, that's
You got jumped by the whole nation, man.
Right? He had to look like Martin.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
Knots on his
Gina
head.
was with him.
Yeah. Right.
But mind you though, he left. He had a reputation as a loudmouth tough guy.
right.
Ain't no way this supposed to happen to him. So in an effort to try to save his pride, they gonna come back looking just like me. See, I'm not a coward. It was just a lot of them.
Right.
And just think about it. He had a whole train
Yeah.
of army men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody do nothing.
Nobody did nothing.
Angels, huh?
Nobody did that.
And it's safe to say that they allowed them to see them too.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that man was compassed with darkness after seeing an apparition.
Look,
I'm just that's what it was.
in the Antiochus book, he didn't even see him. He
Yeah.
just saw two bright flashes of light.
Yeah, that was him getting.
He started like
Right. Literally.
Yeah.
But this account, it shows that how powerful an Israelite woman can be if she's up in order.
So how much
But
more
you-
the man?
you
is in
show,
order?
listen, but if you show this account to a lot of our women, and they say that, and we say that you got power to overthrow kings, their mentality shoots straight to you.
Overthrow
That
you.
means that I can overthrow you.
Exactly.
She's not thinking about no damn Ishmael or no Assyrians or anybody. Not especially not no Esau. They're not even thinking about Esau.
No, not my zaddy.
They thinking about you. You know?
So like that same type of power that sister had, our women are using on the left hand side right now. Right, taking over the household, right? Kind of stomping out Jake. I done seen a video. Eve
Yeah.
whooping Jake ass.
Remember the little dude who sit there singing? A girl punched him in the eye.
Oh yeah, he just kept.
He got famous for getting beat up on YouTube.
He knows. And you can tell that ain't the first time she did that.
No.
He had a baby with her.
Dre Hughes, man. That's the name.
How you get famous for getting effeminized, man?
Mm-hmm. And they want to try to act like a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere else, you can't do that.
Can't do that.
But that proves that our women, they use that same type of strength that they had on the left hand side.
He gave all his power over to Eve, man.
When Eve do that, man,
He can't even say no for himself. He get hurt.
So that Eve, what that old Edomite talking about, he's talking about, man, why you let your wife rule over you like that? He gonna say, yeah, she got my balls in her purse.
Wow.
She won't give them back to me.
this why it's mandatory for the men not to be weak. Your woman is built different. An Israelite woman,
She's a mirror image of you just from
she got
the
power
left-hand
too.
side. You're the right side, she's the left side in righteousness. That's the balance. That's why it takes both of us for this nation to stand like it needs to.
If the man don't take control, you best believe she's going to.
Oh, you gonna take
She's
control.
going to.
You heard Eve at camp when we were talking about this similar subject. Like, how you expect the woman to respect you as the man when you don't do the things that's required of you as a man, and especially in the regards of protecting her and providing.
Right.
You make her feel like I got to do it myself. So you can't say it's not in her, because Eve will step up and protect and provide.
So you know what that means? You know it's not the truth coming out. Jake, it's your fault. Right. Women is like this. It ain't really Esau for real.
It's Jake's fault.
It's not all Esau. It's Jake fault. You done turned too damn weak.
Brother, somebody gonna do a video on you. You can't be saying that out loud.
Jake gotta come out.
Jake don't. Brothers don't want. They don't want to acknowledge that part.
Doesn't. But
Why you think Adam got in trouble? It wasn't.
yeah, bro. That's
Look, hold on. We jumped to Ahab.
like,
Why did Adam get punished? Wait, why did Adam get punished before we go to Ahab? Because I gave you the law first. And I gave you dominion over everything, including her. What did Adam try to do? You gave her to me, Lord. I don't give a damn what I gave you. I told you to have dominion and rule over everything.
Right.
Push my law. You allowed her to go and do whatever, gad abroad and do what she wanted to do. And then when she came back with it, you allow her to push it onto you. You didn't stand up on. You didn't stand for the law. You gave in and kind of Loud, like what the brother say when Eve get to screaming and hooping and hollering just for the sake of not wanting to argue.
Just keep
for the
it
sake
in the
of
house,
being
right?
Just no, ain't gonna be no peace in this damn house.
Right.
We gonna argue and fight until your ass give in. Cause I'm not giving up.
Because as soon as you give up, she got it. You know? And best believe Eve not gonna forget that moment.
Yeah,
She
no.
holding on to that for dear life.
So that's all I gotta do is go there and he gonna cave every time.
And our women need to stop using that. Oh, you arguing with a female? Oh, you look.
I wouldn't have to if you played your role and shut your damn mouth. Do what I told you to do.
Trying to play my role.
Now
I
on
don't
the
like that.
now on the Ahab. Before you say what you say, I could be finished, but let me just say this. That's a prime example of the woman looking at you not being who you supposed to be to the point that she got to remind you, look, nigga,
You the king.
you the man. I did not have to be doing all of this.
She walk in the crib. This man up in fetus form on the bed.
Sucking on his thumb, crying.
Right.
He wouldn't give me his baby. I don't think I can do this anymore. You got a heathen woman.
Not damn.
Yeah, she's a heathen.
Yes.
So even if you liken unto a Jezebel, you liken unto a heathen. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Dog.
The Lord calls these other nations dogs. You're supposed to be above all nations upon the face of the earth.
Yeah.
So stop acting like a damn dog. So if a brother calls you a damn Jezebel, you just look at as a heathen. That might need. Hey,
No,
let that marinate.
Yeah. Moment of silence for that.
And Slocky, what's crazy about that, people don't understand the characters in the Bible and their history and their background. Jezebel is a heathen woman. So the way that she moved and
He
how
come
she
from
does
royalty though.
come from royalty.
Don't forget that. So she know how to play that role. She
Right.
come from royalty.
So her actions and the way that she moved, that's not an Israelite woman custom.
Right.
That's the heathen woman custom.
Strong, independent black woman.
That's
Right.
that's
That's not an Israelite. That's not an Israelite woman custom. A strong independent black. Yeah.
it's right. It's a
No,
Vashti
it's not.
move too.
Yeah. That's and Vashti was what? She was a heathen.
Yeah, it was a Vashti
So
move.
that's not an Israelite woman's custom. That's a heathen woman custom.
Right.
So now, when we see you with Jezebel, yes, understand the woman Jezebel, do history on background, everything this and that. That was the heathen Hamite woman princess that came in and literally dictate the pace of the kingdom of Israel, while Elijah was the prophet and Ahab was the king, and the people was mad at Ahab. Why? Because you marry another nation, allow her to come in with her rules and her custom and her laws and her damn temple of Babel, her temple of Baal, her own prophets. She brought in a whole system within the nation of Israel. Right.
Literally, that's why the Lord said, "Don't allow to marry" in 1 Kings and Deuteronomy 7, because they'll turn you on to their customs. Yeah.
So she brought in a whole heathen system being defended by an Israelite king who's Ahab, and he's protecting the heathen custom while people are suffering.
Now, what was we just saying in the beginning?
Come on.
Choosing a side.
God.
He didn't stand up for his people. He allowed his wife to go throughout his nation and kill people.
Right. And she dictate the rules and pace.
And dictate the rules of the pace. And he did nothing.
He chose a side the moment that he laid down with her.
Yeah, he's worried about pushing cheeks and pushing the law.
Yeah.
So,
Kill him.
So now, they had your cool.
No, but make your point, Gabar. The Mark was in there in fetus form.
Yeah.
That brother
Damn, sucking on some Similac.
Yeah.
Crying.
Oh, he won't give me his vineyard. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
What she say?
Nigga, you're the king.
In other words, man the hell up, nigga.
Exactly. Matter of fact, I got it.
Where your nuts at, Playboy?
Right.
Don't worry about it.
I got it. Right.
This thing.
Woman leave,
Hey,
come back home. Yeah, you take this piece of paper. He crying to himself. What's this? Read it.
Vineyard.
For real? He gave you the land. I own it now. Yeah, because she done went down there and murdered him and everybody else and took the land.
and you know what's crazy? She had a 10-step program plan lined up and set up immediately.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get these two right here. They're gonna lie on him. They're gonna bring him front to the court. Every day.
She covered her tramps.
Yeah. Literally. This thing.
She covered her tracks.
Yeah. Literally.
Her behavior was no different than that of what Judas and them did. She just did it on the left-hand side.
Hey, don't forget the
To her enemies, because she's a heathen and we ain't her people.
Hey, don't forget Delilah.
See,
So
same thing with Samson.
she listened to her leadership. She listened to her king and her people.
And what did Samson do? He told his leadership, man, I don't want to hear that crap y'all talking about. Shut up talking to me.
And all because he didn't want to keep hearing that mouth, he gave up his secret.
See that? Wait, I know for a fact you backdoored me twice to be killed by your people. And then she gonna have the nerve to tell him, you lied to me. Wait a minute, my lying is the reason I'm alive.
Right.
If I wouldn't have lied, your people tried to kill me based off of what I told you. You had backdoored me. So now you got the nerve to sit here and try to make me seem bogus because I saved my life by lying to you. So I'm supposed to told you the truth and let you take that truth to your people and then them kill me? How dare you?
Manipulation is a heathen.
God damn.
Like, and she's a Philistine. Right? She was a Philistine, right?
What David call him? This uncircumcised.
Manipulation from a woman is a Hamitic doctrine.
Yeah.
But you gotta think about it. She came back multiple times.
Multiple times.
With the same thing.
And the second to last time, he was like, "You right, baby."
Exactly. He got tired of it.
You no more.
Yeah.
What was that song with the dude?
He messed up, man.
The dude, he's like the woman cheated on him, this and that. He's like,
She didn't want to do it. Yes, she did.
Are you for real? Oh, and I'm still been looking for that.
I got it.
He got an update.
Pops the big man told me who it was. It's Roy C. I got it.
I've been looking for that since like last year. Like for real.
That's the dude with the song where he was like, ring my bells. Remember what I told the dude? He was cheating with Eve and jumped in the closet and his joints was hanging.
That's crazy,
See?
With that point with Delilah and also with Jezebel, you can't blame them because these are heathen women and they're repping their nation.
Yeah.
You as a woman, you're supposed to have the mentality for your nation.
Right.
You can't blame them. They repping their nation. Your problem is you don't care about your nation. You want to push your nation to the side and team up with everybody else. No, have the mentality of a nation, of your people.
Did the Lord say, gird yourself up, man, by your loins? He basically told that man, nigga, drag your nuts across the floor, man. Be the king. All right? And don't let nobody else come in your kingdom and drag their nuts across your floor. That man was so effeminate that he had that his sinful ways against his people by not defending his people against his own wicked ass wife. And Lord knows what his son was up to. Okay. He had to send Jehu through there. He had to send G through that boy and get busy on him. He put a death angel spirit on Jehu. Jehu did the first recognized drive-by in the creation of life. The man, and he didn't even go get a hoopty. He showed up in a Lamborghini with the doors up.
Suicide doors.
Think about it, man.
Cause your ass about to die.
And that Ahabic spirit, man, right, rubbed off on his sons. So much so that you seeing your brothers go down there, and they like, "You here for peace, Jehu?"
Peace. Like, what the hell is peace, man? I don't even know them words.
Hey, it's Colossian. The point with that, Isaiah 47, he speaks about it. Jehu, the whole nation knew that Jezebel was like a witch.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he was saying. Your mom's is a witch.
Because there's no way this woman can have this much power over me unless some type of witchcraft is going on.
Yeah. She had the service of Baal in the cut, all of this stuff. The whole nation knew this damn demon was a witch.
Her daddy didn't worship that thing.
They knew that. So that's why Jehu was like, listen, you think I'm gonna see you and your mom? She's a witch. She's a demon. She's a sorcerer.
Or it says suffer not a witch to live.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, Salakia, with that account on Ahab, man, Ahab was really the reason why all that was going down. Because
he didn't stand up.
He didn't. Right? I'm gonna read this account real quick, right? This 1 Kings chapter 18, right? Going into the account with summing this all up real quick before we get into it. This is when Elijah was putting basically Baal versus Yahweh, right? And whoever's burnt offering was gonna get, taken up in a fire, that's whose God is real, right? But the Most High God took up that sacrifice, right? And Baal, ain't nothing happened because the false gods are nothing, right? But this 1 Kings chapter 18, I'm gonna start at verse number 38. It says, "Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt offering or burnt sacrifice, and the wood and the stones and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces and they said, Yahweh, he is the God, Yahweh, he is the power. And Elijah said unto them, take the prophets of Baal, let not one of them escape. And they took them, and Elijah brought them down to the brook of Kishon and slew them there. So those prophets was killed. But those, not prophets, but those men were killed, right? Because they served Baal. But those were right along what they had, right? And I'm gonna go down a little bit, right? Verse number, I'm gonna go to verse number 44. And it came to pass at the seventh time that he said, behold, there ariseth a little cloud out of the sea, like a man's hand. And he said, go up, say unto Ahab, prepare thy chariots and get thee down, that the rain stop thee not. And it came to pass in the meanwhile that the heaven was black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel, right? Let's go to chapter 19 because it just continues on.
Read the next verse.
Well, next verse, right?
Spiritual power rate. This is flash.
And the hand of the Lord was on Elijah, and he girded up his loins and ran before Ahab to entrace
To the entrance.
entrance of Jezreel.
Yeah.
Right. So Elijah ran after him.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Wow.
How did it tell you Ahab got there? Ahab rode. I mean, he was on a chariot.
Yeah.
Elijah was on foot.
Exactly. That's what I'm
And got
saying.
there
Elijah-
before him.
Right.
The Lord kind of swooped him up and
Like the flash.
yeah.
Elijah also symbolized the movie Shazam.
Yeah.
Now, this is the point, right? Chapter 19, verse 1. And Ahab told Jezebel, so as soon as he got back, he ran to his wife to
Not to-
tell her what happened.
Not to your sons who would give you some mighty counsel as men, war-minded men. You went to your woman.
Right? And it says, and Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. So you're to be honest, you acting like a female. You ran to your woman and you allowed her to give the order, right? And which you'll read in the next few verses. She gave the order.
No,
when that's Ahab's job.
No, we gotta read it. You gotta read.
We gotta read
verse number 2, because after he said that, after he told her that, she threatened the Most High.
Exactly.
Yes, you did.
Look at this, right?
She came like a straight gangster, like nigga.
She threatened the Most High and the life.
Yeah, but right. This is what I'm saying with the other nations, with their men and their women. They know their God, they know their heritage, they know their purpose. They're thinking of their customs and their laws and how their lifestyle. They know who they are. So they're willing to go against the God of Rick. They already know who they are.
And she think her God,
Allah, here and there, this and that.
and she think her God is more powerful.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I would be able to be ruling over this Israelite kingdom like this.
Right.
If my God wasn't more powerful than his.
Yeah, that's what she thinking.
That's what she thinking. To say, let me read this verse 2.
I'm telling you, man.
Then Jezebel sent a message unto Elijah, saying, so let the gods do to me and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. So in other words, every last one of them you just killed Elijah, come this time tomorrow, your ass gonna be smoked too.
And if you not smoked, let it all be done to me. Like
Tell your God he might well get ready to do me in if I don't live up to my promise. What I said. Yeah, she threatening the Lord, basically telling the Most High, man, if I don't kill your servant, you better come get at me. Because that means it's on and popping. If he don't die tomorrow, it's all out war with him.
You know what's
it's gonna take you to kill me to stop me from constantly murdering your prophets and whoever else.
And I wish at that moment you would have seen a great apparition.
Yeah.
In the sky.
See?
But at that moment,
come past with darkness.
And the Almighty Prince of all spirits leap down and kind of kung fu kick off
the third rope.
I just wish. I would have loved to see, but it was so sweet.
It was death angel did come.
Yeah,
It's at a
chill.
different time.
For real.
It was at this moment though that Jezebel was acting like the man.
Right.
Like Ahab, you gave your power over to her. You let this happen.
She's
This
the
goes
king.
for every Jake in the world. In America, you let your woman
If a
have
man
power over you.
if a man offends a woman, that's what she's supposed to do. Run to her husband so that he can provide the words of protection to her, and if need be, then go and check that Negro. This man,
He the king too.
This nigga ain't even.
He was a Proverbs 31 husband.
if that was bro, straight up, man, it's like he's probably the worst king in the history of Israel, dog. And I ain't talking about from just going off. I'm talking about in leadership, not necessarily in wicked acts. As a representation of leadership, this nigga was the worst. He even become king, man,
This is like
because the Lord set him up to be an example.
this is one of the few kings that was afraid to rule over someone or something that you have dominion over. Saul did the same thing.
Right.
We're not killing off the Amalekites. He told the Lord, man, I was afraid of the people. He was talking about Israel, of what they would do to him if he didn't take the spoils and take that king.
That man was scared of that uncircumcised Philistine.
Right.
That's what he was scared of.
Right.
Goliath.
Right. He didn't want no smoke.
Goliath had Saul on backed up against the wall, scared to move. And then here come little scrawny David. Who this Mark? What? Yeah, all right.
right.
And what's crazy about that, I think Goliath was talking crap for like 40 days. So imagine the buildup of the tension. People was like, what the hell? Why you not fighting back? Why you not coming at his head? You killed 5,000 people. You know for that. Why you I'm making an excuse and he good and he just talking crap. Yeah, he ain't gonna do this and that. He ain't gonna come back tomorrow to do. Next day he's there talking crap.
That's the Jake that be wolfing but walking away.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want no problems with me. I know you don't want no, but you walking away.
Right.
He said, stay right there.
Don't follow me. Let me talk my trash while I'm walking away.
Stay right there. I'll be back.
You know what Mom Deuce used to call that? She used to be like, when you see two cats like that, one scared and the other one glad.
And you know,
Figure out which is which.
you know what's scary about the story of Saul? He knew what the Lord did. The Lord took away his spirit of courage.
Right.
He gave him a wicked spirit.
Mhm.
But the men around him didn't know that. The Lord wasn't dealing with him after, but they didn't know that. So they're looking at his physical vessel. They're like, man, you the king. You reputation, everything. You killed 5. What the hell is going on? They don't know the spiritual aspect. The Lord took away his spirit. So he's still trying to play the part and play the role, but the men is confused. They're like, bro, you would have chopped his head off immediately. Now it went from 1 day to a week, 1 week to a month. Damn near 40 days. Goliath talking shit about Israel. So now the men, they mad. And they're like, yo, we got to take away this disrespect, this reproach. The Lord bringing a person they ain't never seen on a battlefield. Out of nowhere. David comes in, and Saul is desperate. That's why he's like, listen, whoever could take this damn Philistine out, I'll give you even my daughter. He was desperate. And then David said, all right. He said, yeah, I'll even give you some money. He said, okay, all right. They already told him, listen, I'm going to get the job done. So he increased the price. He said, all right, you're going to give me a daughter? All right, I'll get this. I'll get some money too as well. He already knew he was going to beat him in his mind because the Most High gave him that spirit.
And he get to play that as if it was a war tactic.
Right.
Because nobody else wasn't trying to step up to the plate and fight either.
Right.
When it should have been Saul.
You see what I'm saying?
But Saul knew that the Lord gave him the evil spirit. He knew that the Lord wasn't dealing with him no more. If he would have fought Goliath, he would have died.
But here's what I'm saying to you. Even though that's true,
that was gonna be his death.
David stepping up the way he did, Saul still get to play that as if that was a military tactic on his part.
Right.
Because what did he do? He by giving him his daughter, blessing him with all these accolades and all this stuff that he did, that looked as if it was a military tactic played out by Saul. Because everybody else didn't know.
They didn't see it, right?
They didn't know. So that looked like it was set up that way.
Or it's like Saul, he kind of posturing. Like, I killed my fair share.
You see, he can play it.
He play.
Yeah, he can play on
I
it.
got a secret weapon.
Right, and David wasn't even supposed to be there.
He was supposed to be there.
See?
I'll give whoever the man, whoever kill hell.
Yeah, I got
Ain't nobody step up.
I got one more count, right? One song, right? 1 Samuel 15, right? The classic, right?
3,
Yeah. 15 and verse. You can start at verse
2.
Nah.
Oh no, you talking about murdering them boys. 8.
22.
Biblical ethnic cleansing.
This 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse number 22. And Samuel said, had the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat ram.
Because we understand that Saul was trying to play it off like I took all the spoils to try to give to the Lord instead of trying to follow the voice of the Lord or his instructions that the Lord gave.
Yeah, his ultimate spoil was the life of all of them.
Mm-hmm. All right. Read on.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness as the iniquity of idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected thee from being king.
Now, at this point, Saul shook. Saul shook after Samuel said that.
All right.
After the Lord rejected you, that's when Saul started to get shook. Read on.
And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned.
Now he confessing. Right, read on.
For I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice.
After this goes with Saul and Ahab. Same thing. You fear someone that you're supposed to have dominion over. You're a king. What are you scared of your own? What are you scared of Israel for when you're the king?
Who
You have dominion over it.
Agag?
Huh?
Who told him to spare Agag?
Nobody told him.
I feared the people and obeyed their voice. What
the
people? What people told you to spare Agag?
He talking about Israel.
Israel didn't tell you to spare them. They following your lead.
But
now you lying on everybody else
and wanted the spoils because
you see
Israel only when you
where your brother at? I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?
When you read this account, Israel only delighted in the spoils of Amalek because Saul allowed it. So when Saul allowed it, of course they're gonna take it because they listening to their king. But you have dominion. Don't tell the Lord or don't tell Samuel you was afraid of the people. This goes
their voice.
This is exactly why Yahushua is an austere man. He will never be afraid of people that he got dominion over. We will be afraid to talk to him.
Thou knowest.
But Saul was the type, right? he blurred the line. If you want to be real,
what did Yahushua tell him? Yahushua pulled the Debo. Thou knowest I'm an austere man, taking up thou which I layest not down. In other words, when I come through, I'm taking whatever I want.
Right.
What you gonna do?
See? And Yahushua is that king that's not gonna give in. He's not gonna be afraid of who he has the dominion over. So that's why I say 9 out of 10 times it be the man for why your woman
gangster at the highest level of gangster. How many Negroes you know gonna run in a building full of people and just get to whooping everybody ass, right. Flipping over tables, kicking cats, beating dogs, He didn't call the disciples and say, "Come on, y'all, we gotta go in here and handle this bit." He went in there by himself with one banger and whooped everybody ass in the building, man.
Right.
Flipped over tables, beat up donkeys, smacked sheep,
everything.
Everybody in the building got smoked. And the fear that they had, they ran up out of there, fleeing 7 different ways.
You can imagine. Yahushua flipped the table. He
garment kind of slinging all around.
Right. He knocking everything off the tables. He just going crazy up and up.
Come on, man. One man.
The Lord demands you to stand 10 toes down in your position.
Rule over them. What does it mean? Rule over.
King, and he made you a leader. You got to stand 10 toes down in that position.
On the real.
Can't give in, bro.
Because when it don't pan out like it's supposed to, by default, Ahab found it out. You get the blame for it.
Right.
You supposed to
Adam found out the heart. You still get the blame for it because I told you what to do.
Right.
You're the leader regardless of how you want to switch it up. The Lord look at it one way. He don't change. He made you the leader. Just because you changed it don't mean that the Lord changed it, right? You gonna find the Lord gonna find fault in you because you're the leader. Everything falls on the leader.
That's a prime example of Mattathias now. When the heathen tried to get him to bow down in front of everybody else and paint the narrative as if he was going along with the rules and regulations.
Right.
And he rebelled and stabbed dude ass. And then fled off into the mountains.
Hey.
Same thing. You see who else lifestyle was that? That was Moses.
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
40 years.
Murdered the Mog and then had to get up out of there on the run.
Right.
Changed his whole image.
And when he came back, everybody was slain. The Lord did his work. Everybody who was after Moses got slain.
What was the elder name? Same thing with him. Who they tried to get him to fake like he's Eleazar, like the priest. How they tried to get him to act like he was gonna eat the swine.
See that?
Go get you a piece of lamb.
Just act like it's swine.
Go act like it was swine, so everybody else can go along with it.
Oh,
Jake would have said, like camera action.
Right.
You know?
Showtime, baby.
I get how many bad?
Yeah, because to your point, like he said, if you're the king and you're moving like that's okay, without saying it, you're sending that message to your people that is okay.
Yeah, because they watching what you're doing. And you an example.
That's the king's mentality, to be an example for the people in righteousness, right? In righteousness and righteousness only. You know what I'm saying? Eleazar had a king's mentality. Mattathias had a king's mentality. Phineas had a king's mentality. Moses had a king's mentality. This wasn't for nothing. Look, I'll tell you.
They was little mini crisis.
Right.
Them were mini Yahweh.
All these brothers that we, Jehu, all these brothers that we read about that stood up on their tent, and they women, right? The women that stood up on their tent in regards to the Lord, that's the king and priest mentality, man.
You see what get lost in the translation with all of that?
What?
Because when you look at the behavior itself, it's to usher in prophecy. Saul, for an example, like we talking about, if it hadn't happened the way it happened, there was no ushering in of David. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the part that get lost in translation when you deal with some of these damn Christians and all of them. They can talk about it, but they seem to lose that portion in the communication that it had to happen that way. You getting all uptight and feeling some type of way about it. Why? That's the prophecy. We don't control how the prophecy play out or what has to happen in order for the prophecy to play out. As an Israelite, you see it and you say, that's prophecy. It had to happen like that.
Shalaki, that goes back to Isaiah chapter 46 and verse number 9. The end was declared from the beginning. Saul's end of his, like the reigning of being king, his end was ordained since the beginning, way before he even became king.
He didn't even know it, that he was being used in real-time prophecy. He was living in the moment of the prophecy and he didn't even know it. That's why he went and got the witch of Endor, because he couldn't understand, hey man, what the hell going on? He went to run to conjure up Samuel. It took for Samuel to flat out tell him, like, first of all, Negro, you disturbing my peace, okay? Calling me back down to this wretched ass place. But since you done brought me down here, hey, we can finish this conversation tomorrow.
Right.
What? Yeah. You be here with me tomorrow. We can finish this when you come up here, because you on your way, you and your sons. That's the crazy. You living in the end time prophecy, which was declared then. It's now happening right now with us in this world. We're living in the future prophecy. The future prophecy is the end time prophecy playing out right now.
Right.
It's the current. And our people, a lot of our people still don't.
They can't see it.
They don't see it.
He lost sight of that. Everything.
Some of them don't want to see it.
No.
Sure. Lord open up their eyes and they want to close it back by any means necessary.
Damn.
They don't want to see it.
The Lord kind of opened, Kind of your eye open. You kind of like, nah, trying to go back to sleep.
I got a job for you. All you gotta do is stay woke, and you'll get paid. Now I'm sleepy. No, I'm sleepy, Lord.
all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was just wide woke. Ran 3 games of damn 21 on the basketball court. Lord say the job, stay woke. Yeah.
How you drink 3 bags? You
Right.
Yo,
3 bags and 5 You know it.
Soon as the Lord gives you as a commandment, see, same thing with the disciples when Christ told them, look, man, let me go. Man, I'm on the run. It's been established that niggas is after my head.
I'm about to die.
I got a hit on me. That hit is it's gonna happen.
Right.
And I can't run from it.
I can't run from it. Let me go over here and pray, man. Y'all set up a wall of defense and he come back and everybody laugh.
Knocked out.
Hold up, dude.
I'm convinced he was over there kicking brothers like, hey.
I'm sure he walked up. Man, get your, what did I tell y'all?
Right.
What, Lord? Come on, man. Y'all can't stay up for 1 hour and watch my back while I pray. He even gave him a second chance.
Yeah, y'all couldn't even talk to each other. Like,
And that's how the mob snuck up on him, man. They snuck up on him and Peter had to shoot him in the head, man. I mean, same thing. Same thing, gang. In my old 607. Same thing, gang. Okay. Because swords back then was the equivalent of a gun.
right.
He chopped him in the head and shot him in the head. Same thing.
So it's like closing remarks because we getting ready to close out on this thing. But we walked it down. We walked it down from beginning to the end.
10 minutes.
But basically, the topic of today was really standing on your 10. Donald Trump stood on his 10.
Yeah, pick a side, man.
Zelensky, he kind of looked like a cowardly dog, but he was over there trying to stand on his 10 too.
That orange
You know
nigga
what I'm
had
saying?
me scared, but I held my own.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jezebel, I mean not Jezebel. Well, Jezebel did stand on her 10. And they had Dick. Judas stood on her 10 wondrously.
And she didn't run and flee. She knew this goon was looking for her.
Yeah.
And when he cornered her at the end, she stuck her head out the window, still whooping.
Right. Meanwhile, putting on her eyelashes.
Like she getting ready to look, man. Like she got a date or something.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that Jehu mark. Jezebel, Jehu outside. So
She
what?
had the mentality, right? She had the mentality that she's gonna kill him too.
Yeah.
You know
You
what
know,
I'm
her
saying?
war paint.
It ain't
She
even
was,
that.
yeah.
Right.
And honestly, and Jehu didn't even kill her.
Yeah.
The Negroes who was he had the YNs do it. They were scared of him. He went and rallied up them young hitters and told them, man, which one of y'all rolling with me? They scared of him, so they like me. He like, all right, well, toss her out here.
Hey, Salaki, you know what's crazy about that too? They heard the reputation of Jehu where he killed the rest of the people, the kings and everything.
Mhm.
So by the time they got to Jezebel, the eunuchs are like, oh shit. That's why his word, and the thing about it is crazy. Actions speak louder than words.
Mhm.
He already did the action. So now when he got up to Jezebel and them, his words already carried weight because they already heard about his previous actions.
He didn't threaten nobody. He didn't
Right.
say if y'all don't send her out.
Right.
He said, man, who up there rolling with me? I don't even know you, Jehu, but I know about you and how you rock.
Right.
What you want me to do? Yeah, toss her up out of there. Got you.
Right.
And she had to fall in the worst way.
The worst.
For
She couldn't even get up and run.
But yeah, her blood splattered everywhere. The horse kind of raised up on twos and then stomped her.
Yeah, I think
He
they had her
walked
by the ankles and
Yeah.
dropped her head first.
Yeah, headlong. Right? Look, after the horse stomped her out, Jehu walked up and
Right.
Now you know that was the Lord,
and then walked in and ate her fruit snacks and her pizza rolls.
You know that was the
You know what
Lord.
I'm saying?
Because ain't no way y'all dropped her and then a horse just out of nowhere decided to stomp her and kick her.
Actually kicking.
She probably was getting ready to get up and try to take off running. The Lord had threw a spirit on the horse, kick her, boom.
The horses, I'm convinced the horses even pass down stories from generation.
Yeah, man. You better believe it.
Y'all seen up in England?
The spirit of the Lord is on the animals.
Look, did y'all see up in England, man?
I'm gonna finish it for you. That horse that was biting at all the Edomites who hated them. But the black Edom come up.
And the native.
And the native eat, and he just rubbed his head on them and let them hug him. With every Edomite, he nudged them like, get off me. They kept trying. He bit at her. I tell your cracker to get off me.
And you know what's crazy about that video? The person that posted the video didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, that was all spiritual.
But only an Israelite could catch what's actually happening.
Yeah, man.
Every
All that history that's up there, but you know how many generations of horses it is that have been working for the queen and her little army. All the things that just the animals.
And we know y'all beat them horses in order to break them from being, to make them domesticated like that.
That's not going to do nothing but make them think for themselves. Like, that's like.
The spirit of the Lord is on every living thing.
Right.
So you would be a fool to think that we're the only people or only living species with the spirit of the Lord that can communicate.
Right.
Or that the Lord operates and deals with. If they got his spirit, it's safe to say that. Why do you think he tell you to watch the ants?
Yeah.
He's always referencing you to look at certain animals because they're keeping his law to the fullest extent of the law.
These animals have a certain type of intellect.
Except for the ones that Esau then got his hands on, beat them into slavery, okay? And then when he attack them, just like he do with us, those niggas are vicious. When animals attack, put them down.
You see that?
But yeah, because you done passed that elephant. Always that prime example with that elephant out.
Yeah, the elephant, but
the one that's
not the fact that he was beating them with the stick.
Right.
And you see how he folded that? He grabbed him so he couldn't run, and he folded that mug up and walked him down. Literally then held him up in front of everybody else, like, look. But that still don't trump the female mother elephant who the villager heathen killed her baby. The elephant tracked across
6 miles,
6, 7 mile, 10 mile radius. Remember the smell of this mark.
And stumped her 6 feet more into the ground.
And then turned around and went home and then found out, funeral today. That elephant did a YN move.
Right.
Now they ride down on their oxen, they drill them, and then the funeral, and then they pull up to the funeral and shoot the funeral up. Right. The elephant literally waited 7 days until they had the funeral, then came back to the funeral, bust in the funeral home, yanked the body out the casket, brought it outside, stomped it down some more. Come on, man.
Hey, and mind you, elephant got good memories too.
Come on, man. That's all spiritual, bro.
The elephant stood on his teeth.
Right, stood on his chest.
Stood on his trunk. All 10 of his fingers and toes. Right?
And because they have the spirit of the Lord. And like you said, they raise their children up. How you think they kids know to follow their moms when they make a certain sound to run when the damn predators coming and all that? Because they communicate. Right. So I'm safe to say it's an elephant, it's a lion out there who's sitting around their cubs or their babies and telling them, yeah, well, you know, your great-great-great-grandfather, Mufusu, you know what I'm saying? They had him in an African circus. You know, he used to get beat. And this, that, the third, and then he met your mom. They brought her from Siberia. They telling their stories too, bro.
Hey, and a good thing with that, even the movies they show it. Yeah. Happy Feet.
See, yeah.
The movie with the animals.
The penguins.
All the animals.
Damn lion king.
Happy Feet wanted to keep the custom of the heathens with the tap dance and being a damn Sambo, and his daddy like, hey man, we don't do that.
Right.
It's like you could tell based off in real life how the deers move. Yeah. They know where if they see just like at my job, they seen the Edomite, they started running.
Yeah.
I walk outside, they not running, they just looking.
Because they already told them.
I know your people.
When you see him run, he wants your head. He gonna take your head
on the wall. So they know, and even the babies they know. So you know a story is being passed down from their generations to generations.
And every now and then, one of them young animals have the spirit of Jehu on them, the spirit of the Maccabees on them.
Right.
And these be the ones that spaz out and kill the Edomites.
Right.
And then Esau them, they downplay it and be like, oh, the animal need to be put down. He's vicious. No, he just got set there and his Nat Turner kicked in. He got tired of the oppression. Because it don't usually be an animal in the wild that do it. It's one that they got in captivity some kind of way.
Think about the male kangaroos, huh? How they move. Come on. They're fighting whatever they look at.
And then you got
I'm
sometimes
still fighting Edomites though.
You did see it.
That's I only see them fighting Edomites.
Yeah, you saw
I
it.
don't see no Jake boxing with no kangaroo.
And he wouldn't stop. The Edomite was punching him in the jaw and he was still just standing there and he paused like this.
Right.
Then come at him again.
Yeah. Try to grab him up, try to hug him, bear hug him and all that.
Yeah, because he got them talons on the end of his foot. He want to put one of them in him. Just stab him up.
Yeah, and then the savior animal get put down, and then the co-owned animals.
Right.
Remember the Edomites that shot the lion and was holding his head, and then his brother came from out of nowhere and attacked him. Why would he? How did he? They not other animals. They know the difference between another animal fighting versus these humans. Like y'all been around here laying everybody down. It's on with y'all.
Right.
And he could sense his brother's smell.
Yeah, he
So
probably let out a roar before.
So that's like a last precept on that.
Let's think about it, man. Esau, the Lord said rape is the equivalent of murder.
Right.
Now, I just shared a link to y'all earlier where a damn pig was born and he looked like a human. They ran DNA tests and come back 97% that it's the pig's owner. You can't keep popping pigs, man, and not think that your DNA's life force eventually will mix with the DNA of that pig and bring forth an abominable looking animal that's of pig nature, but he got human features and hands and like a human, like, yeah. And now you go in jail for rape of the pig, bestiality, which is a sin.
Man, you got the Houdini pig, and now you got the monkey chicken.
You remember that one? I was wild.
Is just turning inside out, man.
You can put this homosexual spirit on the animals. You remember we was watching the video where the monkey was just walking past, and then he did a double take and saw the dog and grabbed his butt and started walking with her. Like, last time I passed this Negro, he raped me.
The dog got his dog on, and he falls right there too.
Like he was finna get him again.
Right.
Like, come on, man. If this animal is wise enough to wait, that's who raped me. Wait a minute, let me cover my move up. And he inching away, he's trying to get out of there. This place got a bird, man. Damn, Yahweh Shai, hurry up, man.
Yeah, let's close it out. This closing precept, right? This Proverbs chapter 31 and verse number 3, classic, right? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. So we're in a plethora of ways we was going into, these different men, or in another sense, kings that allowed their women, not only their women, but those that they had dominion over, they let them have power over them, which ultimately got them destroyed. So, we see through an example of how Yahweh Shai is, where he ain't folded for none of that. He not gonna let someone or something that he has dominion over allow themselves to burst themselves up in pride or even in rulership to try to rule over him. Now he the king. You gotta act like such. So for the men that's in the world, right, or even in the truth, don't allow your woman to rule over you. The Lord gave you a job. The only reason these women is out of order like this is because of the man. Acting too effeminate, emotional, all out of order, man.
That's Psalms 128, man. Right? Psalms 128 tells you plain and simple that Psalms 128 tells you plain and simple that as long as you follow the Lord, right, then your household is going to be in order, right? Your women and your children. Right? So basically, the lesson was more or less about men and women that's standing on their 10.
Choosing a side, man.
Exactly. Right? Men, this is like you receive your crown by the Most High God. Right? This is the book of 2nd Ezra, right? Closing out. Right? 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse number 45. I'm going to start at 44. It says, so I asked the angel and said, sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that giveth them, that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. So you got to stand on your 10 when it comes to the Most High God.
You can tell the brothers that
Right.
you hate to say it, but you see it, man. And we don't call nobody out on it, but brothers taking notes of it. We kind of know who gon' when that day come. We know who gonna stand 10 toes down versus, and we got an ideal those that's gonna sell us out. That ain't gonna die and ain't gonna want to die in that day. They going to the camps.
Right. So all praises to you, how about you, Shah, man, for another Sabbath and chop it up session lesson. You know, stand on your 10 and continue to fight for your crown and for y'all about y'all shot. Call me out, Charlie.
Shalom. Ooh, lock it.
Cut.